please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This station is Hackbridge. This train terminates at St Albans City. We will be calling at Mitcham Junction, Mitcham Eastfields, Streatham, Tulse Hill, Herne Hill, Loughborough Junction, Elephant and Castle, London Blackfriars, City Thameslink, Farringdon, London St Pancras International, Kentish Town, West Hampstead Thameslink, Cricklewood, Hendon, Mill Hill Broadway, Elstree and Boreham Wood, Radlett, and St Albans City.
Attention please. The next station is Mitcham Junction, which has a short platform. If you wish to alight here, you must be travelling in the front 7 coaches. Please ensure you are travelling in the correct part of the train.
This train is being held at a red signal and should be moving shortly.
The next station is Bank. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform. Change here for the Circle, District, Northern and Waterloo and City lines and the DLR.
The next stop is Elverson Road. To alight, please move towards the centre of the train, as the first 2 sets and last 2 sets of doors will not open.
This is the train to Barking. Next station, Barking. Change here for District Line, Hammersmith and City Line and National Rail Services. We strongly recommend you wear a face covering over your nose and mouth at all times when using any TfL services and stations. It's there to protect us all. Some exemptions apply. Please be considerate and remember that exemptions may not always be visible or obvious.
This tram will be held here for a short period until the train in front departs from the platform ahead.
This train is for Bank. The next stop is Cutty Sark, Maritime Greenwich. Alight here in the Greenwich Town Centre, the Royal Naval College and the National Maritime Museum. To alight, please move towards the centre of the train. When leaving the train, please remember to take all your belongings with you.
Mind the gap, please.
This is Greenwich.
Next station, Barking, where this train terminates. This is an important security announcement. Please keep your luggage and personal belongings with you at all times. Unattended items may be removed and destroyed without warning. Please report any suspicious behaviour and unattended items to a member of staff or a police officer. Thank you for your assistance.
This train terminates here. All change. Please ensure that you take all your personal belongings with you when leaving the train. Thank you for travelling with us today.
This is Rotherham. With customers being closer, you can only alight from the front 4 coaches, and this station has a short platform. Please ensure you are travelling in the correct part of the train.
This train is for Bank. The next stop is Deptford Bridge.
This station is Old Street. This train terminates at Welwyn Garden City. We will be calling at Essex Road, Highbury and Islington, Drayton Park, Finsbury Park, Haringey, Hornsey, Alexandra Palace, New Southgate, Oakley Park, New Barnet, Hadley Wood, Potters Bar, Brooklands Park, Welham Green, Hatfield, and Welwyn Garden City.
Next station is West Croydon, our final stop. Change here, alight here for London Trust and National Rail Services. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform. Thank you. parking. This train terminates here. All change, please.